Do you know the most powerful female warrior in history? Kublai Khan's niece, commander of 10,000 cavalry, and an undefeated wrestler. You've never heard her name, have you? Come on, let's discover together the story of Khutulun, one of history's most impressive female warriors. In the late 13th century, the Mongol Empire was the world's greatest power. And at the heart of this empire, there was a princess more skilled than any male warrior, Khutulun. She was born in 1260, and her father Kaidu was one of Kublai Khan's greatest rivals. Kaidu, a powerful Khan in Central Asia, had 14 sons and one daughter. But his favorite child was not his youngest son, but his daughter Khutulun. From a young age, Khutulun learned horseback riding, archery, swordsmanship, and wrestling. Women in Mongol culture were more free compared to other civilizations, but Khutulun went beyond even that. Her father raised her the same way as his other sons, and she turned out to be more talented than all of them. Even Marco Polo wrote about Khutulun in his travelogue. She was so strong that no young man in her father's army could match her in wrestling. Khutulun was not just a warrior, she was also a brilliant strategist. Her father Kaidu gave her command of 10,000 cavalry, and she led this army to victory in many battles. On the battlefield, she would charge into enemy ranks, grab a soldier like an eagle, and bring him back to her own lines. Enemy soldiers would flee in fear when they saw her. With her white horse named Irag, she became a legend on the battlefield. However, Khutulun's most famous story was her attitude toward marriage. Her father Kaidu wanted his daughter to marry. After all, she was a princess and needed to make a political marriage. But Khutulun had a different condition. She made this offer to every man who wanted to marry her. Wrestle with me. If you defeat me, I will marry you. But if you lose, you will give me 100 horses. In Mongol culture, horses were symbols of wealth and power. But many confident men jumped at this chance. After all, how hard could it be to defeat a woman? Princes, sons of Khans, and famous warriors are said to have lined up to try their luck. But the result was always the same. Khutulun won. Once, a very wealthy prince's son came. He was so confident that he bet 1,000 horses. A large crowd gathered. The wrestling match began, and within a few minutes, Khutulun threw him to the ground. He lost 1,000 horses, but Khutulun's legend grew even larger. As the years passed, Khutulun's horses accumulated. Her fortune grew. According to historical records, she won a total of 10,000 horses. This number may be exaggerated, but one thing is certain: Khutulun never lost. Marco Polo said in his travelogue, Khutulun was so strong and talented that there was no one in her father's entire kingdom who could defeat her. Even Khutulun's father Kaidu eventually gave up and said, "My daughter, live as you wish. You are my best warrior, and none of my sons can take your place." According to some historical sources, Khutulun eventually married a man of her choosing, but this marriage was based on love, not obligation. Even her husband respected her talents in wrestling and warfare. When her father Kaidu died in 1301, there were those who said Khutulun should ascend to the throne. She was the most talented child, and the soldiers were loyal to her. But Mongol traditions did not allow a woman to become Khan. Still, when one of her brothers ascended to the throne, Khutulun maintained her position as an important advisor and commander. There is no definitive information about Khutulun's death. According to some sources, she died around 1306, probably in battle. But even after her death, her legend lived on. Stories were told for centuries in Mongol and Central Asian culture. Even today, at the Naadam festival held in Mongolia, Khutulun's name is respectfully mentioned in traditional wrestling competitions. Unfortunately, the Western world forgot about Khutulun for a long time. Even what Marco Polo wrote was overlooked over time. But in recent years, historians have rediscovered this incredible woman's story. Khutulun is even said to be an inspiration for Disney's Mulan film because she is one of the most impressive examples of a real female warrior in history. Khutulun's story shows us this. History may be a story written by men and remembered by men, but in reality, women were just as strong, just as talented, and just as influential. A woman who won 10,000 horses, never lost, and commanded armies. This is a true legend. So, did you know Khutulun's story? What do you think about this incredible female warrior? You can share in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and turn on notifications. In the next video, we'll discover another forgotten hero from history. See you soon.